Nat King Cole, the one and only. A CD I rescued from a box of rubbish destined for the dump. Nat King Cole had a voice I heard a lot as a child. He has a velvet smooth singing voice that is instantly recognisable. He is an excellent interpreter of songs, and it is songs that I am interested in. Back when I was an adolescent, I listened to the music of the day, the kind of music that was the music of choice of adolescents of the day. But one day, whilst nursing an adolescent broken heart, on my radio, in my Cortina, I heard When I Fall in Love by Nat King Cole, and it soothed me like nothing contemporary ever could have. And that may be why I took an interest in what has become known as the Great American Songbook. Often I find the Nat King Cole combination of smooth vocal and lush strings to be just too schmaltzy. But the opening track on this compilation is just his piano trio with a trumpet. It is a reminder of his serious jazz origins and something I would have preferred to have heard more of. I am not a big fan of Frank Sinatra, but there are tracks on this album that were arranged by Nelson Riddle, who was Sinatra's arranger. As a vehicle for great songs, I think I much prefer the Nelson Riddle arrangements to the string-laden ones, and I probably prefer them to Sinatra's own versions. This album has the jazz standard Autumn Leaves, and it has a version of Fly Me to the Moon that reminded me of how great a song that is. Likewise, the songs Stay As Sweet As You Are, The More I See You, and Just One of Those Things. They all have a jazz swing to them, but his singing is scat-free, and he remains faithful to the original melodies. I am always interested to hear arrangements of Kurt Weill songs, and he does a nice version of September Song. And then there is Mona Lisa, one of his big hits. Back in the 90s, while working on a musical that was workshopped at the Theatre Royal Stratford East, my co-writers and I were given comps to see Clark Peters doing a one-man show based on the life of Nat King Cole. If anything, it was seeing that made me rescue this CD. Nat King Cole had a very interesting story. He was black, but he had what sounded like a white voice, so he was very popular with white audiences. However, he had to obey all the rules of segregation, like not staying in the hotels that booked him to perform. This made him unpopular with black audiences. However, he did eventually join the civil rights movement and helped to promote Martin Luther King. His most recent success was a posthumous duet with his daughter Natalie Cole. Nat King Cole, the one and only.